It's quite possible that every avenue that you tried before could right now be a successful one, but you didn't stick it out. You didn't stick with it long enough for it to be successful for you.
Life's a coat of many colors. It is never black and white. Can't have one without the other. The dark without the light.
What up? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Thank you for tuning in to my channel, The Mother's Garden. Here on this channel, we do monthly love and money readings along with weekly guidance readings and new and full moon readings, as well as impromptu channel chit chat. Just like to start with a small disclaimer that any information that you obtain via this channel that you decide to incorporate into your life is totally at your own discretion. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. And so we are here today to do the weekly reading for June 14th through the 20th. I mean, wow, this month is going so fast. I cannot keep up with the dates. All right, so last week our reading was talking about the foundation that we are creating and where you are starting that foundation off at. We are working with the moon and different readings that are telling us things about building this new foundation by pulling out the rocks that are shaky within this foundation, right? So in that, I was saying that when you build this new foundation, that the foundation needs to be built on purpose and not so much to focus on the money. And the thing about it is, I do not want people to think that I'm saying completely take money out of the equation. We all know it's necessary for us all to have money in order to survive in this world, because nothing right now is for the free. Okay? So, if you are a person who has your own business, trying to start your own business, or if you are working a job that you really enjoy and it's bringing in the money, you're able to fulfill your purpose through that employment, by all means, just take out the rocky pieces and keep that foundation if you can rebuild it. Some of us don't have to completely tear down our structures, but some of us do. And that being said, we're going to go into this week looking at those things that 8-year-old us told us were missing and how it is necessary to create a plan to add some of those things into our structure. And so when I mentioned that 8-year-old, you might have to go back a couple readings to pick up that information. But when you get in contact with the 8-year-old you, the young you, the you that's not been tainted, that's not hip to the fact that there's evil in this world, then you can see your true heart, your true nature, your true desires, and remember what really makes you tick, what really makes you love, what really can offer you some growth even in your adult life. Because yes, wants and needs do change as we get older, but our true loves, they don't tend too far astray. We find new things that we also love, but those immediate things are kind of always there. So for people, especially who are building businesses and things of that nature, you want to make sure that you are placing the correct value on your items, on your services, whether you're doing goods or you're doing services, so that your business is being replenished, so that you are feeling the value, and so that you are not being drained. So the other thing that you do not want to do is overwork yourself building this foundation. Some of us are trying to completely tear down a structure, build a new structure, and then maintain the old structure until the new structure gets built. That's where that Two of Pentacles comes in. it is going to have to require some faith and some completely letting go of the old to make room for the new. And that's where I'm saying you're trying to hold on to the money. You're trying to hold on to the thing that you know is going to pay the bills. And I'm not saying that in the new structure. I'm referring to the old structure. You're still keeping that. Let me keep this going in the back of your mind, or you're trying to set up the new with the monetary portions first before you've collected an audience to even present the monetary portions to, things of that nature. So you just don't want to be putting the cart before the horse, and you don't want to be trying to dismantle a structure while building a structure. So what guidance do we have for the month, for the week, excuse me, of June 14th through the 20th? Still using the same guidance cards for this month, the Wild Kuan Yin and the Heal Yourself deck. Oracle cards to help us to know and learn what it is that's going to get us through these things the easiest way possible. Especially right now, again, you're going to have those voices that you're going to need to discern. Where are they coming from? Because the best thing, I once heard someone say, the best thing that the devil can do is offer you two options. And so while you're thinking you're starting something new and great because it looks and it sounds pretty, if you don't discern, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this really my match? Is this for me? You're going to do a lot of work and end up back in a loop. And that's what we're trying to definitely avoid, is getting back into that loop where you start something new, you put all this work into it, then you decide, this isn't what I was supposed to be doing. It was a trick. You go back to the beginning, decide to do something different, only to end up at, it was a trick again. This is what we are trying to avoid. Some things we feel they match our energy. We know we can do them. We know we would do them well. And so we go ahead and start to do them, but they still aren't fulfilling our purpose. And so therefore it still takes us through that loop. So the card that is coming out from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle is number 25, Blessing to Begin. So this is a number 7 card. So the other cards that we've pulled for the, no, I can feel a piece of hair on my lip. The other cards that we've been pulling were number 6s, and this is a 7, so that does denote progress is being made. Number 25, the short reading is, accepting my blessings will amplify your results of your efforts. Your success will bring happiness to more people than you realize, and your desires and mine are in perfect accord. You have what it takes within you to bring a precious and sacred idea to life. I would like to help you push off from the earth, giving some lift for those first few steps to set your manifestation in motion. Sustaining the momentum takes less energy than getting it started. It is important to me that this impulse in you comes to life, for I was the one who planted the desire in your heart in the first place. Let me gift you with ignition and energy for the beginning. You have my blessing to begin. So, wow, as we have started this new journey, we now are of the understanding that the Divine Mother is here to help guide us through this. One line really stood out for me, and that was, sustaining the momentum takes less energy than getting it started. So, it may be quite possible that we're going back through these loops because we're just not sustaining. We're putting all of the building it energy, all of the creating it energy in there, but we're not doing anything to sustain the things that we have created. It's quite possible that every avenue that you tried before could right now be a successful one, but you didn't stick it out. You didn't stick with it long enough for it to be successful for you. So what she is saying now, yes, you have the blessing to begin. If you want to start something new, the opportunity for you is right now. Get started on this, but make sure that you're ready to keep the pedal pushed to the metal. And the Heal Yourself Oracle, we're going to grab some cards from it as well. And we're going to see what information does it bring to us. I am going to pull over 3 cards from this deck. We have Alchemy, and I'm just peeking because this is my first time looking at this. It looks to me that she's holding an empty fish bowl, and then like she has a crystal in her other hand. She's all dressed up in a beautiful dress. She's sitting on some stairs, and there's a fire behind her. Number 25 card as well. So we got both 25 cards from the deck. So we got 7 and 7. We have the 23 card, which is patience. And we have the number 19 card, which is temptation. So the patience card, it's a very calming card. All of the colors are neutral and calm. And she's outside and she's sitting still. Both of them have that hand out, and they're in their hand. One is looking to what's in their hand. The other one is looking out towards the person, but still cradling something in their hand. And the temptation, we see this again, looking sort of like a ghostly body, and then this person here who's all enthralled. So with this temptation card, and it is a 19 card, so that is a number 1. That is a new and a fresh beginning. So I want to look at this and say this is like Divine Mother Earth welcoming you in to really start this new fresh beginning, really have an open heart to it, but also with temptation being what this card is seeking. Temptation can be good and temptation can be bad. You can be tempted and lured, and your passion can be striked up, stricken up, however we want to say that. You can get that fire and that passion built up in you to start something new, but there can also be other temptations that interfere with that and pull your focus off. Say, for instance, all those journeys that you have started on that you haven't finished, there had to be something that took your attention off of those things. There had to be something that took you into a different direction and pulled you another way. You didn't just stop doing them. And so be careful of the temptations. Again, with the void of the sun and the moon at this next new moon that will be coming about, you will experience a lot more contact. That highway is going to be open. There's going to be a lot more voices. There's going to be a lot more dreams. There's going to be a lot more feelings. How do you feel when you wake up for the dream? Are you stiff? Are you shaking? Are you feeling happy? Are you laughing yourself awake? What is happening when you are feeling these emotions as you're dreaming? What's happening in your gut when you are hearing these things as you're awake? All of these things you're going to have to pay attention to, and then you're going to have to sit down with them, meditate on them, and decipher if it's something you need to get rid of or something you need to apply. Okay, so we're going to read which temptation this is actually referring to. Number 19 reads, life is full of temptations, and right now you are being asked to choose the higher path. So you definitely will probably be pulled in multiple directions, and you're going to have to use your mind to decide what is the right way to go. And also your heart. Sometimes it's head over heart, sometimes it's your gut instinct, but take some time with these things. It's not about build it fast, it's about build it right. Okay? Become aware of what's happening in your life right now. Are you feeling bored in a relationship and looking for something outside of your partnership instead of being honest and working on the challenges you are experiencing or moving on? Okay, so for those of you who've already started your projects, you cannot abandon them. Like, period. Do not abandon your projects. You're being called to do so many things, and you step up and you say, I'm here and I'm ready. And then you put 5, 10 bricks in the ground, and then you like, this ain't for me. It's one thing if it's just not for you, It's another thing if you chose wrong from the beginning. You didn't take the time out to make the decision correctly, and so now you end up having to start all over. We don't want to have to keep scrapping ideas. So take your time, be patient, let the truths unfold and come to you so that when you are creating, that you are creating things for your greater good. I'm going to go ahead and pull the 25. It says the path you are on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. Nothing is how it seems. You have an opportunity to take a big leap in your level of consciousness. It is extremely important that you focus on letting go of any negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. So hopefully you've been working on this over these last few weeks, because this message keeps coming up. It says that you're protected from a lot of those outside energies. All you have to do is really focus and really say, does this serve me? Is this for my greater good? Is this going to be for the betterment of my bloodline? Like, look at things, have patience, and let the answers come to you. You have access to the energy of alchemy, which can transform the most challenging experiences into incredible gifts and miracles. Meditate and take action on your highest goals and dreams. They are on their way to coming true. Let go of expectations. What is about to appear can surpass anything you have dreamed of. The most important part is that you are prepared and ready to receive. The energy around you is very potent at the moment, so make sure that you are using this time as productively as possible. Give yourself time for prayer, gratitude, and celebration. So give yourself time for prayer, gratitude, and celebration. So meditation, prayer, those can be similar. Normally, when in prayer, this is you professing your gratitudes, your thanks, your ideas, and then in meditation, you're allowing yourself to receive. But we also want to make sure that we are doing gratitude meditations. That helps raise your vibration, that helps connect you to the higher energies that are trying to connect to you. And then celebration. All too often, we do not celebrate ourselves. That also makes us not value our services and our goods properly. Because when you celebrate yourself, you understand your worth, you understand your value, and you understand how much this is helping the next person as well as yourself. And the thing about it is, you don't want to take yourself out of the equation, but you don't want to do things that are selfish or greedy. So if you celebrate the people who are helping to make you great, if you celebrate the fact that you are able to help make other people great, if you celebrate the fact that you woke up today, if you celebrate the fact that you could feel the vibration in your body, if you celebrate the fact that you have a roof over your head, that you have food in your refrigerator, the everyday things that some people just simply do not have, then you will come out that much farther ahead. I do suggest that you create a gratitude journal. There's a very good book. There's a very good book at Five Below, and it's a gratitude journal, and it every day you write, I'm thankful for this, blah blah blah. So I'll do a screenshot of it on Instagram, because it's usually right here, but it must be at my writing desk. Make sure you find a book to read today that will expand your consciousness this week, and make sure that you are engaging in conversations of higher thought. No complaining, none of that. When other people are kind of upset, kind of show them the light in the darkness, show them the good and the bad. These are all things that we have to do. We have to balance that yin and that yang energy, and we have to make sure that we are operating on a balanced level. And so the tarot cards that I'm going to use for this reading are the Gilded Tarot. You know, I say that word two different ways, but we'll see what the tarot cards play out for us. And then if we need further guidance, we'll get it from Archangel. Just a quick shuffle on this. And immediately 3 cards came out. Any other information on the fly out here? My deck's upside down. So we have the 8 of Cups as the at the bottom of the deck. The underlying energy, overall energy. 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and Knight of Cups. So we have a lot of water energy, and that 100% makes sense because, again, Cancer is very strong in its current placements. So I just heard someone's probably going to have to walk away from a family business to live their own dream. Someone's going to have to walk away from the place where they grew up. Someone's going to have to walk away from all of those things that they thought made them happy to actually be honest with themselves, to find the thing that really actually makes them happy, to let that thing that really actually makes them happy come in, because with all of these cups being in position, there's no room for that new energy to make its way in. So it's time to walk away, and we see here that he's walking by the light of the moon. He's gone. That's the overall energy, and it starts with the 6 of Wands, and this is a card of victory. So you will be victorious on this journey if you decide to carry it out. It may be that there's a partnership that's possible, that you have an offer for a partnership, or this just might mean that it will be reason to celebrate. I am going to go ahead and pull some more cards to enforce the meaning of these cards. So we're going to first enforce what this 6 of Wands is bringing to us. What? Okay, so what ends up underneath the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Wands. So that's that waiting for that ship to come in. The World came up in reverse to on top of the 6 of Wands. And what I'm seeing is that you've been trying to prove yourself to the world, when the victory is when you prove yourself to yourself. So make sure that when you're doing this, you're not using outside influences. You're not being tempted and using temptation from outside influences to decipher what it is that you want to do. The only way that you are going to win this victory is if that you stay true to yourself and do really what it is that your heart is desiring that you do, without the noise from outside people. The 2 of Cups came out to enforce the 3 of Cups. So that to me clarifies that this is not a third party situation. This is more partnership energy, and the partnership gives reason to celebrate. So there may be someone who you need to go into business with. You may be meeting, a soulmate or someone of that, so a divine partner, or you may be coming in conjunction with someone, but it's going to be a reason to celebrate. Different people have torn down houses for different reasons. Not everyone's house is about business. Not everyone's house is about love. Some people's house is about family. Some people, because everybody's purpose is different, and everybody's purpose comes from a different root, then there's going to be some different messages that are going to come through, right? So the Knight of Cups is enforced by the Death card. And so again, we need to know that you have to kill whatever it is that you are holding on to currently in order for this new found joy and happiness, this newfound love, this newfound opportunity to come in. So you have to dead whatever else you have attached yourself to. So then we had that overall energy being the Three of Wands. And I just feel like that saying that you probably have been standing on the shore and you have been waiting for this opportunity to really take flight. It hasn't happened yet. And so it's time actually to turn around and come off the shore and start your own thing. The other thing it could be is that you're waiting for yourself to show up. No longer are you looking for the right person to make you profitable. No longer are you waiting for someone else to tell you what your worth is. No longer are you waiting to hear or waiting for certain things to come in, because you're no longer dependent on the world. You are going to be dependent on your own self. And so you're waiting for that man in the mirror. You're waiting for that boat to come in that has just a big mirror on the front of it that reminds you that all you need is you. So we're going to now just go ahead and pull the angel or archangel oracle cards and get the last few little messages for this reading before we go. What messages do the angels have to help us on this journey for the week of June 14th through the 20th? This feels really promising, really upbeat, really refreshing. So that's good. Archangel Raphael says, breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. So again, we have that message. Release old patterns. Breathe. Meditate. Sit down. Be still. Decipher what belongs and what has to go. Clairaudience. So we've talked about all of these voices and all of these things and that we're going to be able to hear with this solar eclipse happening really soon in this new moon. And it's closer to the time of frame of it getting here, the more and more open and the more and more you'll be able to hear. So it's just not going to be then, but even starting with that full moon eclipse, it's just going to probably get louder and more clear. And so you're going to have to recognize whose voice is this? Is this a voice of reason? Clairaudience. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So again, that could be this person who's bringing you some beautiful information to celebrate about this week. That could be this person who, it may not be a union, it may not be a business partnership, it may not be a love. You might just be going to lunch with somebody and they're going to give you some information and it's going to be reasons to celebrate. It might be just that bit of information that they spoke to you that goes ding and turns that light bulb on that lets you know exactly which move you need to make. So be very open and receptive to the people who are in front of you. Also pay very close attention to the people who are in front of you. If you have those feelings like it seems like this person just don't want me to win. And if that's the case, then you know what you have to do. The last card that came out was Counselor, Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Okay, so what I'm hearing with that is that also, the from other people could be from you to them. And it can be information that's coming right from high for you to deliver to them. And you can also be on the receptive energy of that. But you are a natural counselor. So if you haven't been doing something in your works that gave you the ability to counsel, if you know that's your true heart's desire, then somehow, some way, figure out something that you can do going forward that works that in. Even if you're like, well, I like my job and I like what I'm doing, I don't know that necessarily want to try to change that at this point. Do some type of volunteering on the side, whether it's big brothers, big sisters, or just get it out into your community and creating your own agency that helps do something for the youth or the elderly or just the people in general. Um, right now, we probably need people who have a little bit of money on the side to buy a little bit of land that can be used for planting gardens and things of that nature. As we don't know where the current state of the union is going to take us. So just be very mindful. And in gardens, those are places that make it so easy to stand around and talk to people, right? Because there's just so much going on. How many people really realize when they talk to people, it's just the people walking by and you stop and you hold these neighborly conversations, things of that nature, whether you're planting a garden or you're painting the outside of your house. Get out into your community just so that you can counsel with people, have that interaction. It may just be something that you're totally missing in your life. And then underneath the deck, there was again the indigo and crystal children, which tells us that you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive, and there's a lot of things for children to be sensitive to at this point in time. So, that counselor and children again showing up. So, a lot of you are healers, a lot of you have the ability to warm the hearts of children to make them feel safe and things of that nature. So if that's something that's in your calling, definitely find a way to work it into your foundation. That is so important to us right now and going forward. So that is my message, weekly guidance for the week of June 14th through the 20th. I will be back next week with another weekly reading, and there will be a new moon solar eclipse reading coming up here as well. I love you. I thank you so much. I'm Miss Indigo Blue. I hope that this resonated with you. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I am excited to hear your feedback, and I would love to know that you are my tribe. See you again next time. Ciao.